Yep. Anyhow, splitting it into a new one. Like, subscribe, share. Um, it's going to run more than that now. So it's going to split it into two, just like it did yesterday. Crap. So anyhow, update. I'm going to turn it around. So, just an update on the Jeep. Several videos ago, I was dealing with an issue that when this thing got warm, it felt like it was loading up on gas and it wasn't running right, and it no power, and bucking and jumping and missing and whatnot. And I replaced all the sensors in there. I did the O2, I did the throttle position, I did the air control valve, air intake control valve. I did the fuel pressure regulator, everything that was on here, intake temperature sensor. There was a sensor on this thing, I replaced it. Got them all at great prices through Rock Auto. Shout out to Rock Auto. So anyhow, I suspected all along that it was an ethanol-based issue, and that seems to be the case. Now, this is the second almost full tank of gas. I put 19 gallons. This is a 20-gallon tank. I put 19 point whatever gallons of fuel in this thing the last time I filled it up, and it still, when it gets warm, sometimes does that little hiccup, hesitation, bucking thing, but it's very mild. I think that the ethanol is all but out of it, one or two more tanks, and I think it'll be completely gone. This thing is almost to the point now where I would trust it to take another trip up to visit my daughter. So just, FYI, patience. Been driving it, not as much as I had been, but the reason I felt that it was the ethanol, I felt it was the ethanol because I only fill this up once a month. If I don't do a lot of driving, I've had this thing a little over 2 years now, and I've put 7,000 and change. I hate that. 7,705,000 miles on it. Gotta love that noise, ain't it? So, yeah. So I'm not putting a crap ton of miles on it. And it sits a lot. And ethanol, I've done quite a bit of research on this. Ethanol, it seems, draws water to it. They've done a lot of studies on ethanol, unleaded, non-ethanol, unleaded, E85. Why guys would want to run that stuff? I kind of get it. When you're turbocharging and nitrous oxide and all that other happy, fun stuff to make your car go faster, give it more horsepower and all that. Alcohol-based fuel was going to burn cooler, so you don't have overheating issues, and keeps the engine safer, especially when you're putting a lot of boost into it. So anyhow, bottom line is, on a car this old, this car's 25 years old now, this was never intended to run ethanol-based fuels or ethanol additive. Fuels with ethanol added. Not meant for that. I don't know that I have any fuel line related problems. We'll have to wait and see about that. In the worst case, I got to run new fuel lines from front to back, and most of the lines on this, that's not as bad as it sounds. Most of the fuel lines on this are steel, but the connection points at the tank, the overflow, the fill, all of that's all rubber or non-steel. And up front, the connectors going into the fuel rail are plastic, not rubber. Those should be okay. I just have to go through, oh, and the filter where they break the fuel line at the back here on this side, where it goes to the inside of the frame rail. That's 2 rubber hoses. That's, if I do that, I'm just going to put a new filter in it, be done with it, and then I don't have to worry about that. So, but anyhow, it is getting better. It's running better. It's running smoother when it warms up. It's not near as pronounced or bad as it was when I was running regular, the cheapest fuel I could find. That sounds bad, but I just wish Sheetz had non-ethanol fuel or ethanol-free fuel. The place that has it isn't as far as Sheetz for me to fill up, so that's a good thing, but they don't take my Sheetz card. So anyhow, that's it for the second half of this. I think it looks good. Let's see how dry it's getting. I'm going to touch it on this thread cert. Yeah, still tacky. I may leave it sitting in here and walk back over to my apartment. Need the exercise anyhow. Shut this place down, get my tools locked up, come back and get it tomorrow, or maybe later tonight. Give it a chance to flash off. It's not, when I painted the parts in the front, it was 85 degrees outside, and I painted them at 11 o'clock in the morning, and by 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was able to put everything back together. I painted all those parts off. Just FYI, the only pieces on this truck that I've painted on the vehicle so far is the roof, which duh, and these on either side. I painted these on the vehicle. I took this off to paint it, and the front end was disassembled anyhow. It was getting repairs from an accident. So, yep. Anyhow, the doors will be painted off. If anybody knows what makes a door do that, I even got another closer. This fun thing here. I got one of these at the salvage yard. Tore up door part to get that because mine was broke off here. That much of it was gone. So I unbolted it, but that thing cracks and pops so bad. But so the doors will be disassembled, the door panels will come off, the weather stripping will come off, the glass will come out, the door handle will come out, the cards, I said that already, and the whole shell will get painted yellow, and then I'll pull the weather stripping off, of this, and paint the jambs, paint up the jambs. And then the other thing I have to do in here, when the door's closed, this hinge is rolled out. I don't know, I think somebody might have hit the door while it was open at one point and rolled those out. So when I get the door off, I'm going to beat that back in, because when you're sitting in the passenger side of this thing, you can look out and see light under the door. So, that's where the new rocker panel went on. So anyhow, yep, that's it for now. Like, subscribe, share. May have another project. I need to put some cash in the bank. Getting ready to look for my retirement home. I'm looking for, if anybody knows, I'm looking for aluminum cargo trailer, aluminum chassis, single axle, 7x14. I can get 7x12s with single axle. 7x14s are a little harder to get, but I want the extra length. So there. But I have another project. I have a 2001 PT Cruiser that needs a little bit of work. I can sell that, and that'll put, some money. It's a 5-speed. If anybody's interested, hit me up in the comments. All right. You all have a good day. God bless. Like, subscribe, share, and you'll see me in the next.